Hey everybody, it's LaShawn with Divas Are Frugal, and today we're coming to answer a question. The question is, should I save or pay off debt? So saving and paying down debt, those are two major keys to personal finance, to our personal finance goals. I do believe that you can save and pay down debt at the same time. So savings and paying down debt, those are two major keys to personal finance. I do believe that you can save and pay off debt at the same time. Now, of course, there is strategy behind it. Now, savings, I do believe you need to have your savings down pat first. So first you need to create a savings goal. Let's say like the magic number, $1,000. So say you want to make sure that you have $1,000 in the bank in your savings account. So you make sure you have that you save for that $1,000 in your savings account. And while you're saving toward that $1,000 or towards whatever minimum base that you want for your savings, while you're doing that, you're also paying the minimum balance on your debt. You don't ever want to be in a situation where you're not paying towards the debt at all. So you want to pay that minimum amount on your debt while making sure that you're meeting that goal for your savings. Okay, so we met the savings goal. That's out of the way. We've saved our minimum amount that we want to save. Now we're going to still save. We are going to just put a minimum balance to that savings every time we get paid. In addition to that, we are going to not only pay our minimum debt amount, we're going to put more money towards that amount also so that we can see that debt go away faster. There are different ways to pay down your debt and save at the same time. One way is, again, making sure that you are putting money toward that savings every time you get paid. I don't care if it's just $10. Put whatever you can put into your savings, because savings is going to help you way more than debt is, okay? So that's the way to do it. Another way is automated. It's the same thing, but it's just like you're not thinking about it. You set it and forget about it, basically. I love automating my savings, so I have a set amount that goes to my savings all the time. And if I get a raise or, see like I pay down a debt or something like that, I'll put that money toward my savings. So then I'll increase my automated draft account that's going to my savings. So that's another way to do it. Now with the debt part, because you're going to be using more money to get that debt out of the way, once you have, the savings, the base that you want, one way to tackle that debt is to consolidate. If you can consolidate, you have a bunch of credit cards, right? Instead of paying like on 5 different credit cards, consolidate all that debt into one and do your best to get a very low interest credit card or a zero balance. That's the best one. A zero balance credit card for 12 to 15 months. And just put all of the debt on that card and just pay it off. Because at that point, you're not paying any interest. You're just paying the balance. You're just paying what you see. And you'll really see that balance go down in no time. Another way to tackle your debt is using the Snowball or Avalanche Method, which I've talked about those a couple of times before. The Snowball Method is taking, let's say, 2 or 3 of your debts, right? And looking at the lowest payment, the debt that has the lowest payment, right? You're going to look at that payment and then you're going to pay that. So say okay, you don't have to pay like $15 a month. So regardless of what the amount is or the APR is on that debt, you only have to pay $15 a month for that versus $45 a month for the next highest. You're going to pay that $15 a month debt. Now you're going to pay the 15 plus some over that. So let's say about $25 a month. And you're going to tackle that and you're going to see it go to zero. Once that goes to zero, that $25 a month that you were paying on that $15 a month debt, you're going to take that and you're going to add that to that $45 a month debt. Then you're going to take all of that. So that this snowball went from like this to this. Then you're going to take all of that money. And then you're going to combine that. And then you're going to make a bigger snowball. And then you're going to tackle the next one, which your minimum payment might have been like $100. So now you're paying over $200 on one debt, which your minimum payment is only $100. And you are going to see that debt get out of here in no time. That is your Snowball Method. The other one is called Avalanche Method, which you would then look at all your debts And you're going to look at your APRs. So if you have one that's a 10% APR, one that's like 20%, which I hope not, one that's 5% APR, you're going to take your highest APR because you're getting, like, you're having to use more money on that one. You're going to take your highest APR and pay that down first and then go downward. So the snowball method, you're taking your lowest payment, tackling that first, and then you're gonna keep moving up the mountain, making that ball bigger and bigger to get those payments gone. And with your APR, your avalanche method, you're gonna use the APR method where you're gonna start with your highest APR and this eat it down the other way to have that debt gone still the same. So it really depends on what works for you. I like the snowball method because with the snowball method, you can really see your progress and you feel good about yourself, so it's just great. So that's the answer to my question. I believe that you can save and pay down debt at the same time. There is a way to do it. Both are equally important. I think savings is more important than paying down debt, but you don't want to have debt. You don't want to have a lot of debt anyway, because some people do feel like, you know, having debt is fine, which to each his own, but I feel like you don't want to be drowning in debt. So I do feel like savings is better and more important than paying down debt, because I mean, it's the best thing in the world, best feeling in the world to be able to have your cash on hand, pay for something instead of having to pay with a credit card and still eventually having to pay that same amount back plus some because you used it and you got, you know, APR attached to it. But I hope this was helpful for you. Check me out on divasaretefrugal.com and on all social media, Divas Are Frugal. Have a wonderful day.